Well, hello and welcome back to another episode from the PeerCraft server with your good friend Rad. It is episode 8, and let's just finish off smelting up these copper ingots. And yeah, I've got some further plans, as you would expect, today that we're going to go through, and I'm just about going to share that with you. I'm just making some of these basic capacitors for these bad boys, powered light. I've never used them before, but on my next build I was thinking about lighting and not having to use full blocks for that, and I thought these might actually fit quite nicely into it. Oh, okay, so how do I powered light if I just, so what's the difference here then? That's powered light, this is a light. So does this just shed light? Nope. Okay, I want one that just glows. That gives off a bit of light. Wireless powered light. I think that's what I might need. You are kidding me. I need one of those for one of these? What? So is that going to give me, or maybe you guys can let me know. So if I get the wireless powered light, I'm assuming that's then going to pick up power from here and then power itself. Okay, I might have to look into that a little bit more, because that's, why have I got clay? I can't remember. And green dye. I was doing something with green. Anyway, I'm prattling on. Yeah, I need to figure that out, because I need some lighting in what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is use this area that we dug out a long time ago. We have been down here before. I've showed you this little petal dye producing device that I built that uses the mystical tall flowers and petals and all that sort of stuff. But this is the second major part to the base. Of course, the first part is the pyramid above, and all the the lore surrounding the worship of the aliens and all that side of it. But the aliens, they're not aliens that you know, come here now and again and then go away and come back again, and there's a sort of a worshipping ritual every 100 years and all that sort of stuff. No, the aliens are here, and they've always been here, and they are under the pyramid, and this is going to be where their ship is going to go. Now, I was going to go with, as you can see, I've started laying out some of the groundwork. There's a room in the middle here. This is going to be the main room, and then a corridor which runs around the outside, and then there'll be rooms off of that corridor which will fill up all of this space. So there's going to be quite a few rooms, and in each of those rooms there's going to be different things. You know, one room for power, one room for trees and vegetation, and what the aliens are doing is they're sampling the world and you know, looking at it in detail. So that's going to be the plan, and there's going to be a total, you know, I don't know how many rooms there will be, but there'll be lots of variants within each of the rooms, and I'll try and do little design changes within each of the rooms if possible as well. Yeah, so the aliens are here. This is their ship, and I originally thought I was going to do a circular saucer shape, but actually getting all of this and the corridor and the rooms in a circular shape would have been an absolute nightmare. It really would have. So yeah, I decided to go with a square, and you can use your creative imagination that it is still a spaceship or a base of some sort, but it's definitely down below the pyramid, and they are hiding under here and watching what's going on. So without further ado, let me grab some building blocks and we will get on with what today's episode's about. Okay, so these are some of the blocks that I'm going to be using in the corridors initially. And we've got some Futura blocks, which I like the look of. It's got that sort of alien feel to them. And also, if you... Do you not connect? Yeah, you do. Okay, so I needed more than 2. So if you put them in a column or along horizontally, then they do this until they come to an endpoint. So I really like that. That's cool. Almost looks like a sort of power circuitry running along, and they're going to be running along the side. So then we've got a lot of factory blocks, chiseled factory blocks, and ones that look like grates, and this is quite a nice design here as well. I like how this works and connects with itself again, similar to this in a way. And another great looking one, and then just sort of a space agey type thing. But this is, I need to find the center. So yeah, this is pretty much where we're going to be putting this. Now the ones that are the grates, they're going to run down the middle, and then the other, nope, gone wrong already. Great start. So then the kind of purpley ones, and I like the fact that this has got this green mark in it. It must have been put into the pack to be used as a grate, you know, on the floor with a sort of water stain mark. Then in the walls is where these are going to run. Where's my spade? Let's dig some of these out. Like so. And they're all going to run down here. And then up against... have I got dirt? I've got this amount of dirt here. Then up against here we've got these. I'm trying to remind myself now. Yeah. Like so, and then they go up there as well. But let's put that there, and then those there, like so. So I just thought I'd do this a little bit with you here, just so you get a feel of it. And then this, like so. Let's just carry on this a little bit more, knock that out, and then up the top is going to be these ones, these darker purpley ones. And this is where it comes to the point of deciding what I'm going to do about lighting up here, because the lighting is going to go up at the top, and I'll probably put well, no, I don't have the other one. Now if I can't get the lights to work, I've got these, the celestial crystals that you find in the end, out on the end islands. And these are basically, they look like glowstone, but with a purpley texture. They're quite alien looking. I quite like those. But also, I could use the lights. Where's the chisel? I'm not very well prepared here, am I? Let's get that out the way. So if we chisel these, there's a nice colour that I saw. Where is it? It's somewhere here. Where are you? Yeah, it's this one here. This one. So the very rusty plates. So if we can get the lights to work, then I'll randomly put, you know, the lights at points down the corridor. But I need to figure that out for the moment. So what we'll do is, well, I tell you what, you guys tell me what you think. Do you like the look of the celestial stuff? That's a pretty bright stripe right down the middle, so I'm not too sure. Also, if I was to interspace those to get light from them, they'd look a little odd, kind of on their own. Or shall we figure out a way, I'm sure there is a way, to use the little spotlights and put them on there. I think the spotlights would be good, but let me know what you think. So that's the basic, but these blocks here are going to be chiseled. I'm going to chisel the edges of this so that it goes across and then up like that. So you're almost going to have a sort of, what shape would that be? Oh, I can't think of what the name of it was. So we need to chisel this away. So we need to take a draw region, and then can we remove? I've forgotten how this works. Yeah, okay, so we need to go from there across like so. Yeah, so we just need to do this so it's at a slant. Right, so that's been chiseled to the desired angle. I now need a positive chisel design. Grab that, and now we're going to start doing this. Oh yeah, is that going to fill up my bits back quite quickly? It will. Now, can I do this? I don't know whether I can... Oh yeah, I saw it. No, that's not it. Is it going to be upside down? I don't know whether I can rotate this design or not. Or whether I'm going to have to cut one on that axis as well. I might... Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I can... No, it all seems to be like this. So maybe I need to do one on the upside down as well. So let me get another positive design, and I will quickly chisel out another one of these, but the opposite way, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so I've managed to do one that's upside down as well. I don't even know whether I can rotate this. I probably could rotate the block, but there we go. That's how I did it. So now I've got a design for this on the upper part, and I've got a design for the lower section as well. So apart from the crazy bits flying around all over the place, that is going to be the look of what it's going to be like. If I do impose placement, that'll start to use up the blocks, or the bits that are flying around. If we do that, there, yeah, that's better, that's using them up. If I come around here, yeah, that used them all up. Okay, so this is it, folks. This is the idea. A bit of lighting above, of course, and these are going to be the corridors leading into, and there's going to be rooms off this side, as I mentioned, and then into the main area in here as well. So let me crack on with this a bit. Oh no, there was one other thing I wasn't too sure about. As you come down the corridor, these are big, straight, long lines of what look like solid metal, but if I was to just nick a bit out of there, it stops these connecting. So do I... You're interrupting me, Zombert. Get out of it. So do I do that and have like... Oh, you are kidding me. Go away. And have this all the way down here just to break it up a bit, or do I leave it smooth, or do I actually do it on the middle bits as well, you know, or do I have the grate all the way down? I still don't know what I need to do and undo. assign a key for my undo button. So let me know what you think. What I'll do for the moment, I'll leave it all as it is, and then we'll see how it looks, and if we think it needs to be broken up at some point, then we can do that as well. But yeah, that's gonna look cool. Alright, let me see if I can get the majority of this in, or maybe I'll do it in a little time lapse, in fact, and we'll get this main corridor done, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. See you in a bit. So I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse there, and it went together quite nicely. It was quite quick to do. I've also just put some of the celestial crystal in the roof spaces, and I think it looks quite good actually. I like the organic feel of it. I'm wondering whether I should continue that through the build itself, go with the sort of metallic and organic combination. And I also figured out that I could. I have been putting some of the chiseled blocks in here, and I figured out I could use the wrench to rotate these as well, which has been quite handy, I should say. Which, just see if we can do this and get it to go the way we want. It's fiddly, I'll tell you that. I might have chosen the wrong one. I've got a couple of patterns somewhere. What's this one? Let's get rid of this. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I was doing that, so I'm putting them down at the door edges here. I've got some doors in, so as you remember I was saying, I'm going to put doors on the outside of the tunnel. So there's a door there, a door there, and then we're going to have larger doors in the corner because these rooms are going to be considerably bigger in here. So you'll see the size of the rooms from this side. So that's sort of the inside wall of this room and the inside of the wall of that room. So that gives it a little bit of not too much depth in the walls themselves, but at least a chance to do a design. and then obviously these corner rooms on each side are going to be massive, so I'll still need to put more doors in and align all of those up. But I did actually remember why I needed that green dye that I mentioned at the beginning, and that is because I'm going to be using, where are you? I'm going to be using these, an electronic assembler. So in my creative world, when I was doing a little bit of testing, I found when I plonked this down, now I don't know whether it needs power, hopefully it doesn't, it lit up sort of blue. It was really quite cool. But in order to get some of these raw circuit boards, I needed some dye and some clay, so that's why I had the clay and the green dye. So that's something I need to use my dye automation device to get. Let's just crank that on again. I've actually set this up so that that's now going to be, yep, it's going to be now pumping me out some dye. I don't need too many because I'm not going to be using these in too many places, but that's what I want to do. I mean, even though I'm not going to be using this for its proper use, I'm going to be using it aesthetically, so in a lot of the rooms I will be attempting to utilize certain things in the mods to make this actually look quite cool. Anyway, let me finish putting the doors in and these last few edges. I hope you like it. I really think it's quite cool. What do you think about the floor? Do we break this up like I said by chiseling it? There is only one thing about this grated one, is when it goes one way the texture looks like this, and then when it goes the other way you can see the grated slants. Oh, I don't know how bothered I am about that. Oh, I wonder if I can... No, I can't. Okay, I'm not too sure what I think about that. I might leave it, or I might change it for a different block. Let's just have a look and see what else there is. Let's take a couple of these and let's do this. We can chisel our way through, so we know what that is. Let's just position it in here. And it depends on what its connecting texture does as well, I suppose. Why am I doing that when I could just do this? Nope. Nope. Let me play around with this and see if I can find something I like. I found this one, I quite like this actually, the way that it runs, and it does actually run in the direction that yeah, so there's not too many differences with the central part of that compared to that. And what I could maybe also do is chisel out you know, little bits in here and maybe replace the white with a different colour. Yeah, okay, I'm getting some ideas. Maybe we could have some green and purple running through here, or red. We could maybe get some red colour going down there. Yeah, anything really would go, I suppose. Or we could do, it is a little bright. If we had the whole strip, I did like the dirty texture of that, so maybe having the whole thing, I don't know. I still have to make up some minds. Okay, so let me finish off the doors, and then we might do a little bit on the middle room here. We'll see. We'll see what this looks like when I've actually done the central piece. I might spend a bit of time doing this and the doors, and then we'll see how that all works out. I'll be right back. So I've been playing around with this for quite a while now, and I've come up with this. Look at that. It's quite cool. I'm quite pleased with that. It's actually the same block that was there before, even before it changed out to the ones with the big white stripe down it. I've replaced them again, so I get this sort of dirty rusty edges to it, and then I chiseled the middle down to that point, put a layer of redstone in, and then a layer of basalt for that kind of grey grid colour, which matches some of these quite nicely, the pixeled colours at the side, and then chiseled out the middles to make a sort of grid, and then come up with this. And I'm absolutely chuffed with how this looks. And that is like a river of blood flowing below. Let's just see if we can get a few more blocks. Chisel these, hope this doesn't break. That's not what I wanted to happen. Quickly choose that. Okay, that's quite loud. And last but not least, is it that way or that way? Do it that way. Here we go. Yeah, it's a river of blood running through the alien's base. I mean, as I continue to build these rooms, you will find out that these aliens are a little more sinister than they are portraying themselves above in the pyramid above. So they are providing to people, but there's another side to them, and you will find that out as we go ahead. I'm really pleased with this. It looks a little too pristine and clean, and my thought process is that this has been here for quite a while, and I'm wondering how I can, you know, put a bit of age into it, really. So I'm thinking, you know how I said about the old organic nature of this, I could potentially sort of do chiseled bits of this. Can we do like a small cube? What would that be? Place. So maybe, you know, something of a sort of organic nature coming out from these lights down the side potentially. I also thought about knocking out some of the light, so when you actually dig down into these, just like glowstone, that loses its light a bit. So I don't know whether that then sort of darkens the, so it's as if, you know, some of the lights are actually going out as well. How does that look down here? Does that look any darker? Yeah, you could see it looks a touch darker, so we could have, oh, how about something, I've just thought of something else actually. Hold on, do I have some buckets? I do. I've got a couple of buckets here. Have I got some? Yeah, I'll use these dirt blocks. How about we have some water? Maybe like this. How would that work? So we want to make sure that yeah, I've got more water down here, good. No, didn't want to do that. Let's grab this and this. So fill that up so we don't get the sound of water. But do we get the particle effects coming through? Anything? Ow. I thought we would have had particle effects. Oh yes, look. Nice. Oh, that looks good. Is it because I did this bit of chiseling? If I do that. Oh. So if I try and maybe do I stretch these out into these blocks a little bit? Maybe, or they actually physically sort of come out in a 3D element. Get some grime in here, really darken it down a touch potentially. Even just the dripping water looks quite cool. So if I could do that in various places in the tunnel, then that would be amazing. Anyway, I think this episode has gone on far enough. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed putting this together. If you let me know what you think about the episodes and the speed that I go. I try and, because I don't upload too often, I try and put in, you know, a decent amount, a good section of building into each of my episodes. And going forward I will try and do a sort of room at a time as well. If you think that's a good speed, let me know. If you want to see me doing anything more detailed, then let me know about that. But you know, I'm quite pleased with the pace. I think I give you decent updates, but just let me know how you think this is going. Am I taking it in the right direction? Do you have any ideas of what I could do. I've got ideas for the rooms, but I would like to know what you think as well. And remember, these aliens are sinister. They're not good aliens, so you know, they're doing something wrong in these rooms down here. So let me know what you think, and if you come up with a better idea than what I have, then I will definitely use it. Anyway, I really thank you for watching. If you did like the episode, then please do leave a like, and of course if you're new to the channel and you want to see more episodes like this, then please consider subscribing, and I really appreciate all your support, guys. Probably going to do this room next episode, and we'll crack that out. This is the going to be the main sort of control room, but you'll have to wait for the next episode for that. Thanks guys, I'll catch you soon. See you later.